Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Danniell Brown, and in this video we are going to be discussing the benefits of having self-confidence. How can we have it? What is it really? There is a very thin line between self-confidence and self-esteem. Okay, so I did a video recently about the 3 ways you can build self-esteem. I'm going to have the link somewhere in the description or linked to this video, and you can check it out. But there is a very thin line between self-confidence and self-esteem, and we're going to get right into it. All right, so stay tuned. All right, so what is self-esteem? Self-esteem refers to how you feel about yourself, all right, from your day-to-day experiences, whilst self-confidence really tells about how your belief is in yourself, right? So one is about the feeling and one is about belief. In other words, the self-esteem is basically you appreciating yourself, versus self-confidence is about believing in yourself and your capabilities. And so there's a very thin line between the two, and I want you to understand it. So I'm going to try and explain it some more. All right, so self-esteem refers to whether you appreciate and value yourself. Your self-esteem develops and changes as a result of your life experiences and interactions with other people. Self-confidence is your belief in yourself and your abilities, as I said before, and this can change depending on the situation that you're in. It's normal to feel quite confident in some circumstances and less confidence in the other, because we're all humans, right? A healthy amount of self-esteem is necessary to have the self-confidence to meet life challenges. They both work together. A healthy self-esteem helps you to meet life challenges with self-confidence. So it is how you feel about yourself, self-esteem, and then how you believe, how you appreciate yourself, self-confidence. Let's not get this mixed up now. All right, so if you see me looking down at my phone, you know that I'm looking at my notes, because I want to ensure that I don't miss anything while trying to explain each point to you. All right, so I'm just gonna show you or highlight some of the ways you can improve your self-confidence or your self-esteem. Now I'm going to have to mix it a little, because as I said to you before, there's a very thin line between the two, and if you are improving on one, you'll automatically improve the other one. All right, so the first thing that you need to focus on is accepting yourself. Now, I usually struggle with this because I'm always believing that I can do so much more, but yet still I'm doing so little, and not realizing that I'm already doing so much at this age. If you are accepting of yourself, you'll be prone to accept other persons around you and whatever situation you find yourself in. All right, so the first step you can try in growing as a person or growing as an individual is really accepting yourself. Everyone makes mistakes. When you practice self-acceptance, you can acknowledge that mistakes are a part of learning. So if you're not making mistakes and moving from them, you're not mentally expanding your brain. You're not growing really. You're just stuck in a little box and doing the same thing every single day. But when you make mistakes and you're not afraid to make mistakes, you'll be fine, because what? After making that mistake, I'm sure you won't make the same mistakes twice and thrice, unless something is wrong with you or you are wrong with something. But all I'm saying is, once you make mistake and you can say that yes, I've made this mistake, you won't make that mistake again. When you practice self-acceptance, you can identify ways you may be able to solve problems differently and change to get a different outcome. I said you can know what to do, what not to do, because you're solving problems differently. You're not doing the same thing over and over again, getting the same results. So things are happening and you're growing mentally. So, okay, so this is a very hard step, and I am still working on it. And it is not to be too critical of yourself. Not to be too critical of yourself, right? It's identifying that there's an error and fixing it without being too critical. Be critical of your behavior and try to change it without being critical of yourself. Okay, so there's a saying that says you are your hardest critic, right? Or you're your harshest critique. No, we should practice self-compassion, and I'm gonna do a video that speaks to that. And I am still learning where that is concerned, because I find myself to be a very harsh person when it comes down to doing up a particular job. When I'm trying to execute something and it's not going my way, I'll tend to judge myself very harshly. And it's something that we all, well, me personally, need to work on, and I've been working on it so far that I'm able to tell you that, when you work on this, it can drastically improve your self-esteem and your self-confidence. All right, here they are. 4 benefits of having self-esteem. Number 1, being at your best when it counts the most. Number 2, motivating people around you. Number 3 benefit, having personal power. Number 4, releasing a more positive attitude. Now, what do I mean by being at your best when it counts the most? Research proves that athletes, actors, and entertainers are more likely to perform up to their potential when they have higher levels of confidence. Higher levels of confidence assists you to perform your best, especially when it counts the most or when you're under pressure. The second benefit of having self confidence is that you are able to motivate people around you, right? Self confident people often motivate or persuade on other people. You can easily motivate people around you. So, self confident people often motivate or persuade others more readily. It helps when selling an idea, a product, or service, or even negotiating at work. So, this can include colleagues, parents, and spouse, because we all negotiate almost every single day. The third benefit of having self confidence is that you have personal power. Having personal power plays an important role in your growth. Self confidence plays a major role in having greater personal power. You create personal power by how you think, act, carry out um, your daily activities, or maybe how you use your voice. The greater your personal power, the greater the influence you have in both your work and your family lives, or even your friends. The fourth benefit of having self confidence is that you are able to release positive attitude. When you're confident and believe you have an important and meaningful place in the world or in society, which gives you a positive attitude, there's nothing that you can't do. This is a natural emotional remedy to anxiety. If you don't believe me, hear me out. God has a record of doing big things with ordinary people. Moses was not an eloquent public speaker, yet God equipped him as a leader to talk to Pharaoh and lead the children of Israel out of Egypt. God equipped David, a teenage shepherd boy, to take down Goliath when there was an army of armored soldiers right there. If you're feeling discouraged and weak when it comes to handling the problems in the world or the problems in your life, the answer isn't to give up. God will renew your strength and show your strengths. Not only will He show your strengths, He will show you your strengths. Strengths that you didn't even know you had. Isaiah 41 verse 10 says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Are you seeing a trend here? Are you seeing a theme? Whether you have lost a job, facing difficulties at work, facing difficulties with your families, friends, marriage, you don't know how you'll ever lose that extra baggage that you're carrying, or hundreds of other things that could plague you or could set you up to worry. Do not fear. You're not called to worry or worry more than anybody else. You're called to choose to believe that God is who He is, that He is who He says He is. He'll strengthen you, He will help you, He will uphold you. So let us not forget the whole meaning or the reason for us to pray. Take a deep breath and just do what we must to get what we must done. Remember that I said earlier in this video that you are your harshest critique? Then remember this. Because people will always and also judge you, or doubt your abilities or your capabilities. So here's a quote. If people are doubting how far you can go, go so far that you can't hear them anymore. Turn your weaknesses into strengths. Remember that confidence is everything. Can you remember a time in your life when you had to be confident about a certain situation and you went ahead and you did it and you were happy? How did that make you feel? Having self-confidence adds to life in more ways than one. Having a high self-esteem adds to life in more ways than one. If you can relate to what I'm saying in this video, just drop a comment in the comment section, give me a thumbs up and share this video. Okay, so see you in my next video. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already done so. All right guys, so thank you so very much for the love and see you in my next video.